I'm from Fort Worth, Texas.
Certain part you represent?
Stop 6. The east side of Fort Worth, Texas. My hood is called Stop 6.
Still reside in Fort Worth today?
Yeah.
Now, somebody watching this that might not be familiar with Fort Worth, Texas, how far is that from Dallas?
30 minutes. It's 30 minutes away from Dallas.
What about Houston?
It's 2-3 hours away from Houston.
Now, growing up in Fort Worth for you, what was that like? Can you paint that picture for us?
I paint the picture in my music, man. Planet of the Apes. I grew up in the jungle. Stop 6, the hood, the ghetto, slums, mud, whatever you want to call it.
Poverty?
Yeah, you know it.
How did this affect you,
Shit.
growing up in that environment?
Shit, all the niggas knew was sell dope until this music shit came along.
How young did that start for you?
Since about 6, 7, I had cousins that was a bad influence, so it was over with. By the time I could say my ABC,
Very
I was
young.
throwing bees. By the time I say my ABC.
Very young. Even though you started this young, were your parents hip on this? Did they know what was going on this young?
Nah, I used to hide this shit from my T-Jones. Like, you motherfucker. I used to hide that I smoked my T-Jones up into high school. Yeah. It was real like that. She gonna get a nigga. Get on nigga ass.
So she never knew up
cap.
until that point?
Yeah, she didn't know a lot of shit. I kept a lot of shit from my mom.
When she first found out, how did she find out?
She walked in on me smoking like, had the blunt in my hand.
What was her reaction?
And she got down. She really kicked the nigga out. She kicked the nigga out. Then she started making niggas smoke outside. She wasn't tripping about nigga coming in. How niggas just couldn't smoke in the house no more.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, getting into dope that young, obviously that type of path, the street activity path, that has consequences to it. The looking over your shoulder feeling, a certain level of stress, violence that can happen, some sort of imprisonment that can happen.
Yeah.
Worst case, death. Now, that young, back then, when you were getting into it, were you aware of this stuff or no?
Yeah. This shit was going on around me. The niggas was dying, my partners was going to jail. Yeah, all that. It was going on. I finessed the system by doing what, you know what I'm saying, they was showing me what not to do. Yeah.
While all that stuff was going on, and that stuff is not the easiest thing to deal with, you're talking death and jail and this sort of thing, was there ever a point where you just said, I'm not going to deal with this stuff because of these types of consequences around me?
Nah, not really. Because before I could get to that point, shit, I found music. Yeah.
What age?
Shit, I've been fucking with music, but when I started taking it serious, I was 16.
Ah, I see. As you were getting older, what about the thought of a job?
Man, I knew what time it was. I knew I wasn't punching no clock. That was over with. Either I was selling dope for the rest of my life, or I was selling dope for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Till this music shit came about. Yeah.
You were 1 foot in the streets, 1 foot in school.
Yeah. Nah, it wasn't really like that. It wasn't really like that. I really dropped out of school and then started selling dope. You know what I'm saying? I was in school, it was about school. When I dropped out, then it was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was over with.
What grade were you?
I was in 8th.
Ever go back, ever get a GED?
I was in the 9th. I was in the 9th. I was a freshman like motherfucker. Dropped out of high school.
Ever go back, ever end up getting a GED or some sort?
Hell nah, none of that. It was over with. Yeah, it was over with.
Now, as you were getting older, did you face those consequences yourself? I mean, this stuff was going around you, right? Death, jail, but did you have a close brush with death at all? Did you ever go and get incarcerated at all as you were growing up and getting older?
I ain't had no close brothers there. I ain't never been shot or no shit like that. Nigga done been shot. That shit wasn't nothing. But nigga ain't never been. I done been incarcerated on little shit, not no felonies or no shit like that, but little shit.
What would be an example?
What you mean?
Like little stuff.
Marijuana and shit like that. Little shit like that.
Like possession or something like that. Now, when you were doing the street side of things, before the music was taken seriously, was there any regrets taking that path?
What you mean?
When you were selling drugs?
Nah, not really. No regret. I did what I had to do. That's how that is too.
You looked at it as survival?
Yeah. That was the only way I knew how to survive. I knew for a fact, if this school shit don't work, this the only backup plan I got, you know what I'm saying? This block gonna always be here for me. Even if this rap shit flop, it's still gonna be right there. Them same J's still running around that motherfucker. I be sliding through.
Was it worth it? Was the risk worth the reward or what you got out of it back then?
Hell yeah, and I went through it for this shit even happened. It was real, shit got real. She fell down all the way.
You mentioned your mom did kick you out at one point. How long were you kicked out for?
Nah, I ain't saying she kicked me out the house. She made me get out with the weed. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Did she try to stop you or persuade you to do a different path? When she got hip to things?
It wasn't like she trying to stop me because I knew for sure she didn't want me doing it in the first place. So, you know what I'm saying? When she got me doing it, she knew it was over. I been getting high. She caught me when I was, what, like 14 or something? I been getting high since I was 8. I've been hiding this shit for years and years from my whole family for a long time. Fucking with my cousin them, man. Niggas that had me rolling up blunts at 8 years old and shit like that. Yeah.
Now, let's say there's a kid watching this right now. Maybe even a similar circumstance to you, right?
Yeah.
Dropped out and take the street path and go full time with it.
You was a damn fool. You was a damn fool. This shit don't happen to everybody, man. And this shit show like, look, you gotta go get it. You gotta work for something. Hey, you talking about? Especially if you got it, you know what I'm saying? Because some people just don't got it for that. Some people, that's just not for them. You know what I'm saying? It's like college ain't for some people. Shit, school not for some people.
When you were in school, though, what type of kid were you in class?
Class clown like a motherfucker. Yeah.
Now,
But I got all my work done. I was a finesser in school. I was a class clown for the hoes. Let me get my work done, though, for sure.
Now, some class clowns, it's jokes, it's just fun. There's other class clowns where it starts to be bullying.
Yeah. You know what time it is.
Did you become that type of class
Yeah,
clown?
off top, that was me. Nigga
You were
know
the
that
bully.
was me, off top. Yeah. You can't come around me with that swagless shit. We find up niggas' shoes, we getting on niggas' ass. All that, slap niggas across their head, we rolling up blunts in the back of the class, all that. I was a fool. I did not take school serious because I knew that shit was not for me. Yeah.
You were into girls pretty young, too?
Yeah. That's over with.
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
8 years old.
8 years old.
Yeah.
Very young.
Yeah, I popped something in a baking apartment. We used to break in baking apartments and shit. Pop the dust that hoe from that shit.
Back then, at 8 years old, was it, when you did lose your virginity, was it spontaneous or was it premeditated? You knew it was gonna go down.
Shit, it was, nah, I ain't know. Ain't no, that was out of nowhere ass shit. Really just trying to see, you know what I'm saying? Cause nigga, man, we were managed when we was young. You just try to, you know what I'm saying? Until it actually happened one time, you know what I'm saying?
Back then at 8 years old, did somebody, I guess, the person you lost your virginity with, were they a virgin too?
Nah, probably not.
So they probably
so. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, things are hard to remember, but just curious back then.
Yeah. Probably so, probably not. I grew up in the hood. So yeah, right now, we was thugging. And like, where I come from, everybody was thugging at a young age. That's where you get your name from, cause like, before rap and all this shit, we be having our street fame of just being this young nigga from the hood, you know what I'm saying? Thugging since yay high. That's how you get your name, been thugging since yay high. You know, like real life baby, motherfucker knew you was gonna be a gangster since you was a baby, you know what I'm saying? Type of shit. That's how that goes, so never know.
Back then at 8 years old, was that, and I know the environment and the picture you painted, but what about being a young teen at some point and having a baby? Was that ever like a thought like this could happen, or?
I did that.
You did?
Yeah, I did that. I had a little girl.
How old were you?
I was 17.
Okay, so you were much older at that point, from 8 years old by the time you had a child.
Yeah.
But still a teenage father at that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about that in another segment. But when it came to music, were you doing music while you were in school?
Nah, I wasn't doing music when I was in school. I was thugging. I was selling weed in school. I only went to school to sell weed, especially in high school most of the time.
So it wasn't the type that was like battling with other classmates or like freestyling, kicking freestyles?
Nah, I wasn't doing none of that shit. I was on some waiting till the bell ring to go to the store to sell this weed.
I see.
Every time.
So that wasn't even on your mind back then?
Nah, not at all.
Did you ever play sports?
Hell no, I tried.
What'd you try?
I tried to play basketball.
What happened with basketball?
Shit, the weight room. I don't even want to hit the weight room. I just want to get straight in the game. Yeah, that's over with.
What position?
Two or point guard, anyone. It don't matter. I was a hooper back then.
Did you play on JV?
Nah, I ain't never played sports like that.
Oh, it never got that serious?
I just tried some shit when I got in high school, yeah. I really knew I wasn't going to do that. That was bullshit.
I see.
Being dry like a motherfucker.
Okay, so let's speed some things up. Okay, you drop out at 9th grade. You're in the streets. At what point does music become serious for you? Maybe what age?
When I was 17. I think I was 17, 18.
And how'd you get into it?
Shit, my boy Bugatti was pushing me to music. He always took that shit serious. So he got out of prison this last time and went to dropping videos and, you know what I'm saying, going to the studios. Like, cause before then we wasn't doing none of this shit. Like we had way more plugs now. Back then we had just a mic and a laptop, you know what I'm saying? But when he came home this time, he went to getting on some whole other shit. I'm like, oh, I can do this, you know what I'm saying? So he just started pushing me to the studio. And I dropped that Attack and got that feedback from Attack, and it was up from there. Yeah.
Now, you did mention your mom throughout this segment. What happened with your father?
Man, my pops was locked up half of my life. He just got out a couple years ago. So, you know what I'm saying, back bugging.
How old were you when he was incarcerated?
Probably from, I barely even remember, to be honest. He did a 10 flat, and I was young, you know what I'm saying?
So your parents separated before that even happened?
Yeah.
Was before your father was incarcerated, was he in your life though?
You said what?
Before your father was incarcerated and did that lengthy bid, was he in your life even when your parents were separated?
Yeah.
He was? What's your relationship with him like these days?
Shit, gang. You know, nah. That's my nigga though. That's Pop, that's always gonna be Pop, you know what I'm saying? Especially since all this shit, a whole lot of shit going down, all this shit happening, you know what I'm saying? Keeping family tight, no matter what the circumstance is, you know what I'm saying?
Was there another, while he was locked up, was there another male figure in your life at all?
Yeah, nah.
Not
No,
like
I got family. I got big cousins, you know what I'm saying?
no uncle, no grandfather, maybe.
Yeah, I got uncle, he locked up too, but you know what I'm saying, so over with.
How did that affect you growing up?
What you mean?
Growing
It
up, didn't.
And nah, that was normal. You know what's going on. Yeah.
Now, when your father did come back, when he got out, you saw him pretty quickly when he got out or no?
Yeah.
How soon after he got out?
We was back there like he ain't never left.
I know sometimes when a parent gets out, especially a long, lengthy bid, like you said,
Yeah.
10 years.
But see, my dad, my pops got on some different shit. You know, he left the brick, man. You know, my nigga getting that shit right. He getting that shit right. Everything legit. He get to that bad. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters.
I see.
Yeah.
You do have other siblings.
Yeah.
What do you got?
A lot of siblings. My mama got 6 kids. My daddy got 5 kids. We thick.
Where are you on the ladder? Where do you fit in?
I'm the second to the youngest on both ends.
You got brothers and sisters, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
How easy or hard was that,
What you mean?
having 5 other siblings around?
It was alright. It was alright, shit. We had more homeboys than that, so you know what I'm saying? We was road rats, man.
Back then, what were sleeping arrangements like? All those siblings around?
Yeah, everybody everywhere. Like everybody in the living room on the floor, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in our room cooped up. You know how that go.
That can be tough to deal with.
Yeah. Not really though. We used to thug like that. We used to like that on cool. We'd be bad in the motherfucker.
Any of your siblings do music aside yourself, or just you?
Yeah. I got big brothers there. I got my little brother, Double K, he a Kasino, he rap. I got an older brother, Huncho K, he a Kasino, he rap. I got 2 older brothers that's incarcerated, you know what I'm saying? They been incarcerated since before all this shit even happened, you know what I'm saying? That's what really got a nigga on this shit since yay high.
So I imagine it's a pretty supportive atmosphere, not competitive.
Yeah, it's super supportive.
Now, amongst your siblings, who was rapping first?
Probably my oldest brother.
He was rapping first?
Yeah.
Then you?
Nah, then the brother up under him.
Ah,
My
okay.
brother that's right up under him. Yeah.
And then finally you.
Yeah.
What does your family think about your music career choice at this point?
They rocking with it. My family got their head in the game. You know what I'm saying?
And I imagine you've collaborated with your brothers already?
Yeah, we got shit out.
Have you done a full project ever with any of your brothers?
Nah, we ain't did no full project. They on, it's one on, you catch one on every one of my projects.
Has that ever been a thought? Like
Yeah,
you and your
yeah.
brother doing one project together?
Yeah, it's gonna be on the way. It's on the way for sure.
Now, what does Mom think of your music career choice?
My mama passed away.
She did.
Yeah, my mama passed away 2014.
Sorry to hear that. How did she pass?
Bone cancer.
Does that run in your family at all?
She was telling me something about how it ran in her family. I think her daddy died from bone cancer.
Were you, while she was alive, she did see you do the music side of things? She never saw that.
Well, yeah, she did. She
The beginning stages,
young,
maybe?
Yeah, the young, you know what I'm saying? Barely used to want to let her listen to my mama, yeah, we used to have a laptop and a computer, so, you know what I'm saying? We rap all the time. We made a little bullshit. We never took it serious. We just doing it for some in-house shit, listening to ourselves. So she used to kind of hear a little bit shit of that, you know what I'm saying? Get on my ass cussing and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But she ain't just never seen this seriousness, you know what I'm saying? None of this shit.
I see.
Yeah.
What about your father?
And my pops, he was here from the whole thing. He seen well, and like he ain't see just out top. It was when I don't know. When his friends was at his job, like, hey, my kids listen to your son, and can you give me a picture or something like that? That's probably when he started taking this shit seriously. Like, okay, you might be, you know what I'm saying? Start looking into these numbers and shit like, hold on, my son is doing millions. Yeah, that's probably when he got right. I know this whole time I was doing this shit, he was out here, but you know what I'm saying? You know, it take a lot to get motherfuckers just jump on the bandwagon to be like, you know what I'm saying, get their head in the game with this shit, especially when they mind on something totally different.
Yeah, some parents, when their kids do some things, they're supportive right away, and some it takes time to warm up to it.
Yeah.
So I guess
you know, that's ain't nothing like support. It's just like, as far as just like giving me pointers on certain shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
Has your dad listened to your music at this point?
Yeah.
What does he?
That.
Okay, what does he think about the actual music?
You know, he ain't on no gang shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He listens to this shit just because it's me, but I know he don't be on no gang shit like that.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, okay, we've talked about a multitude of things, but just knowing what you know now, right? If you had the chance to tell your younger self a piece of advice, right?
Yeah.
What's one thing you would tell your younger self, being your older self now?
Shit.
If you could talk to your younger self, what would be one thing you would say to yourself? Advising yourself.
Shit, I know too. I don't know. I ain't gonna answer for that one. That's some shit I had to think about for like 3 days and come back and tell you, call you and be like, hey, I got it. I got that one right now.